Here's the deal. Everything that you've been taught or not taught about perimenopause is likely wrong. And these are things you're trying to get answers to and your doctor's not going to tell you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break it down for you, because if you're in perimenopause and you're feeling out of control with your body, there's no reason for you to have to suffer. So if you're here with me, whether you're live or on replay, just go ahead and drop a "Hey Jess" in the comments below. That's how I know that you're watching and you're digging this and I know what to make more of for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first and biggest thing that I want you to know that a lot of you guys are struggling with is, Jess, I can't get any testing. So there are absolutely tests that you can do on your hormones. There's lots and lots and lots of different tests that you can do. We do them all of the time with our clients because it's really, really, really important that you're testing and not just guessing and taking a bunch of random ass supplements. You can test urine, you can test blood, you can test saliva, and there's a certain time in your cycle that you actually want to test to make sure that you're getting a full and complete accurate picture. That also brings me to the point of, like, if your doctor is only testing your estrogen and your progesterone, they're missing the whole entire freaking picture. You have more hormones than that. What's going on with your thyroid? Do you have leaky gut, which is a big thing in perimenopause? What's going on with your testosterone? What's going on? And are these hormones in the right ratios, right? They've got to be in the right ratios. So one of the biggest lies that I hear is there's no testing, we can't help you, there's nothing that we can do, which is an absolute outright lie. You do not have to suffer through perimenopause and menopause. And that actually kind of brings up the second point, which is don't wait until you're in menopause to actually start getting ahead of this, right? Don't wait until you haven't had your period for a year and all of a sudden you've had brain fog for 5 years, you've got no libido, you don't want to have sex anymore, you're short, you're snappy, you've got no energy, you can't sleep, all these things. You really want to start planning in advance, because with the right plan and the right strategy, you can head all of this stuff off. You do not have to suffer the way that past generations have suffered because of lack of knowledge. I mean, there's a good chance that you were taught nothing about your period, about your hormones, about any of that stuff, other than, hey, you're gonna get your period, and hey, you're gonna get hot flashes when you turn 50. And honestly, it's a big, big, big miss. But the reality is a lot of times our doctors were not educated on this stuff. It's not what they know, it's not what they do, right? And they don't have the tools or the time to actually teach us how to manage it. And so just because they don't know doesn't mean it's not possible. So you do not wanna wait until you're fully in menopause. If you're already in menopause, that's okay. You can still undo the damage, right? But you actually want to start getting ahead of this, because you can prevent all of these issues and all of that suffering and all of that struggling. Like, you don't actually have to do it. And so really, when you go to your doctor, a lot of times they're going to want to give you an estrogen patch. And that is oftentimes, especially if you're struggling to lose weight, it's actually going to make things worse, because it's going to create estrogen dominance, which is going to have an impact on a whole bunch of your systems, but it's also going to make losing weight really, really, really hard. And so just going on an estrogen patch is absolutely not going to fix this issue. If you've gone on hormone replacement or your doctor's giving you an estrogen patch and you gained a bunch of weight and you blew up like a freaking balloon and you started retaining water and you're like, what the hell is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. That's exactly why you've got to be with the right ratios, looking at the right hormones, and doing it, taking this like holistic approach to dealing with the hormones as you enter perimenopause and menopause. And like the final point that I really want you guys to be aware of is the lifestyle factors are so, so, so important. What you used to do for your body is going to backfire on you now, right? It absolutely is going to actually cause more hormonal damage because of the changes that your body is going through. And so really paying attention to the lifestyle factors is super important. Really, really, really important. You can't do the things that you used to do for your body, right? And honestly, a lot of those things, like a lot of the work that we do, even when we're not doing testing with our clients, so like our flagship program, 16-week hormone optimization protocol. There's no testing in this program, but like the way that we're thinking about it is like, there's so many different hormones that are going on inside of the body. And so everything we're doing, are you damaging your hormones? Is that food the right food for your hormones? What's going on inside of your house? How is that impacting your hormones, right? What do your workouts look like? What does your sunshine look like? What are all these different things? Because they have such a profound impact on your hormones. Like oftentimes it's not just boom, here's some hormone replacement and poof, you're fine. Oftentimes it's these little things, right? Because if you think about it, you have hundreds of different hormones and they all interact and they all talk to each other. So are we getting the right minerals? Are we getting the right, like, there's like just all these like little things that like really, really, really start to add up. And so so if your doctor is just wants to give you birth control to manage, or, you know, an estrogen patch, right? And we're kind of like ignoring these little things. And again, you don't want to wait until menopause. You actually really want to get ahead of these things. And so perimenopause actually starts up to 10 years before menopause. So ask your mom, if she's still around, how old she was when she went through menopause. That's the best indicator for you of when you're likely going to go through menopause. Perimenopause actually starts up to 10 years before that. And a lot of the symptoms your doctor is going to say are due to age. They're not due to age. They're due to the hormonal changes. You absolutely do not have to take them. You absolutely do not have to accept them. There's absolutely things that you can do about them. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of knowledge. Why? So that you can take your freaking power back, right? Like you don't have to take this. You don't have to feel like shit. You don't have to have thinning hair. You don't have to have a muffin top. You don't have to actually deal with these things. There is a way out, and knowledge is freaking power. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of knowledge today. As always, if you're watching this and you have questions, go ahead, send me a DM. I'm happy to talk to you about it. I'm happy to talk to you about what you're going through and see if I'm able to help you out. So if you haven't already, say hey Jess in the comments below if you're still watching. And again, if you have any questions, send me a message. That's it, guys. Enjoy the rest.